August.
August.
Alliteration.
Alliteration. Andy.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Three Hit Combo Podcast, the world's most two-thirds podcast. My name is Matt, and I'm here with Tam. What's up?
Hey, I'm doing good.
Good.
Doing good. I woke up at a reasonable hour this morning
Nice.
after going to bed at an unreasonable hour last night. So,
Good.
yeah.
Andy's not here. He has a stomach cramp.
It's that time of the month.
It's kind of disappointing that he's not here because I actually had something I wanted to talk to him about.
Would you like to talk to me about it?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Andy's using Fun Fact again.
When did you first find out?
I first found out Friday on Facebook.
Is it serious?
It's pretty serious because the fact wasn't really that fun.
Is he selling again?
I don't know.
Oh, God.
He's definitely using.
It's that Camilla. She needs to go.
She's filling him up with fun facts.
Fun facts.
Let's see what he said. Oh, hey, we got a like on our Facebook page.
Yay.
We're up to 116.
116. Thank you, whoever you are, number 116.
Now, by the way, I can actually pull up who 116 was. It was Patricia Hannes.
Patricia Hannes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Patricia.
Thank you, Patricia.
Now we're not talking behind Andy's back here because I was going to bring this up with him on the podcast.
And this is on the internet, so he can listen to it himself.
Right. He said, fun fact, Dancing Baby Groot is actual footage of the director dancing and then animated.
Huh. That's surprising. That was fairly good rhythm for that. Isn't the director white?
Yeah, I believe so.
I tried to cosplay Dancing Baby Groot, and it was very difficult to mimic his dance.
Was it?
It was.
Wow.
My dad said I didn't move my shoulders enough.
That'll do it. The
He
shoulder
also
movement
threw-
will do it.
He also threw $1 bills at me the whole time, and I don't know what that means. He was like, "Put on this mask. Just get down on your knees.
Take your shirt off.
Put this shirt on."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about why your dad would do that, but
I don't know. We're from the South.
right. That's true. You are from the South. So Andy's using Fun Fact again, and I'm disappointed in him.
We should get him a book of fun facts. Like, these are acceptable.
Oh my
You may
god.
only use these. Or like fun facts about slavery or something like really off topic. Fun facts about the Holocaust.
Trivia and fun facts. Uncle John's Canoramic Bathrobe Reader. 1067. Stuff you didn't know about the stuff you thought you knew. 1298. There are a lot of fun fact books.
I think we should kickstart it.
Kickstart
Kickstart
Andy
getting
a
Andy a fun fact book.
Once we make it to $15, we've reached our goal.
Yeah. And at $16 we'll pay tax.
Yeah. I'm looking up fun facts about slavery.
That's going to be in your internet search history forever.
Forever.
Forever. You can't get rid of that shit, man.
No books. There's a book called Slavery in America.
I'm sure that's filled with fun facts.
I'm sure it is. But there's also 25 interesting facts about slavery.
Ugh, I don't care about interesting facts. I need fun facts.
I know.
I need to feel good about the subject we're talking about.
James Buchanan regularly bought slaves in Washington, D.C. and then quietly freed them in Pennsylvania.
Huh. Well, good on you, James Buchanan.
Less than 400,000 slaves were brought to the U.S. and nearly 5 million went to Brazil.
Wow.
The Romans had a celebratory day once a year where the roles of master and slave were reversed.
Well, hey.
If you're a slave, you're looking forward to that
Yes.
day all year.
It's like, fuck my birthday. This is as the master, I'm now freeing myself. Bye.
Facts about slavery. The first foreigner to become a samurai was an African slave. Wow.
Wow. That's really cool. That could be like a freaking movie.
That could be Afro Samurai.
Afros. Is that what that movie's about?
I don't know, but holy shit. And the
Better than
term...
The Last Samurai.
Oh, God. The term white trash was invented by blacks as a racial epithet against whites too poor to own slaves. Oh, okay. I would technically be, in any time period, too poor to own a slave, so I guess I'm white trash.
Well, I'm from the South, so I automatically apply for white trash benefits. The government gives me a trailer and a lifetime supply of wife beaters.
Nice. I like that program.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's nice. I mean, we could be feeding the homeless, but I get wife beaters.
That's good. Good for you. So I beat Shadow of Mordor this weekend.
I saw that.
100% completion.
You platinumed it.
I did not 100% complete the achievements, though.
Oh. Well, I take my statement back.
Right. I still need to do the achievements, but as far as like in-game content, like collectibles and survival challenges, hunting challenges, finding like captains doing those missions, shit like that.
So when are we going to sit down and watch The Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, once we both have a week free.
Yeah. I saw the Lord of the Rings up at Walmart for like $5 each, like the original Lord of the Rings. Yeah, they were right next to the Hobbit ones, which were like 15.
Nice.
Yeah, it'd be something. I mean, it's just the DVDs. The special edition is the way to go if you're like a diehard fan. Like if you're engrossed by that world, totally get the special edition. It's worth it.
Yeah.
But if you're just like, I enjoyed this one video game and I'd like to know more about the world, you could totally get away with just watching the DVDs.
Nice. I might do that because, yeah, I definitely want to know more because that was so fun. They did kind of set up a Shadow of Mordor, too.
Excitement.
Which is pretty sweet. Now, I want to talk about the ending, but I don't want to spoil it too much.
So, just go ahead and here's your spoiler alert, and we'll tell you where to fast forward to later. I don't think we can do that in post, but
I mean, I technically could, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, because we are a high quality podcast.
So,
we're only at 2/3 capacity.
Yeah, so just jump forward like 5 minutes.
Okay, all right, sounds good.
All right, so at the end, like near the end of the game, you get this ability to brand opponents. So like the whole game, it's just you versus the world, basically. I mean, there's Urks everywhere. And you're just trying to fight them off, and it's only you and the occasional, like, uprising slaves. But then you get this ability to brand them, where, you put your hand on their head, and they, like, glow blue, and then they, like, follow you. So they're, like, it's, like, your own army.
Yeah.
And so, like, that's the main point of the end of the game is, like, look, if we're going to have to take down, Sauron and the Black Gate and everything, all this shit, we're going to need our own army of orcs. So you go around and you're branding war chiefs because then when you get them, you have their army under them.
Yeah.
And everything's under your command. So the second to last mission, you go to fight the tower, and you go there and it's awesome because it says fight your nemesis, and then you're like, my nemesis, and it was fucking the orc Scoth Oathbreaker that was like. He had killed me like 3 times, and I'd killed him like 4 times.
Yeah.
Well, at the end of the game, he was considered my nemesis, and I had to fight him one last time. And he was leading an army and shit, and it was fucking awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That does sound really cool.
And then you fight the tower, and that fight isn't actually really that great.
Is that the guy you kicked off the
He's the guy that threw off the ledge, yeah.
He's like, bring it on, asshole.
Yeah. So you fight him one last time, and you fight the tower, which is actually pretty easy, but the atmosphere of it's really, really cool. And then you go to fight the Talons of the Black Hand, and that's actually like the hard fight because one war chief is hard enough to fight, and these are a little bit tougher than war chiefs, and you're fighting 5 of them at once.
Oh shit!
Now you're fighting with your army, of course, but that kind of only evens it out a little bit. But then you're able to kill him, and then you basically just go to the final cutscene where like the Wraith Celebrimbor is like pulled out of you. And what's so fucking cool about that is because like Talion was killed. He had his throat cut, but like he was chose by Celebrimbor and never really died.
Yeah.
But as soon as Celebrimbor, the ghost, is pulled out of you, you just start fucking dying. He's like grabbing his throat and he's bleeding, and I'm like, holy shit, he's finally dying the death he was supposed to die.
That's crazy. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I can imagine it in my head.
Yeah, it's just fucking like he gets pulled out and he's just like, oh shit, and he's like reaching for his neck and he's bleeding, and it's like, oh yeah, that doesn't really go away, does it?
Yeah. How did he get pulled out of him? Did he just leave or?
Like... No, they were fighting. I'm trying to remember who they were fighting. I don't think it was like, was it straight up Sauron himself? I don't think so.
What did he look like?
You know what? Let me pull this up.
That's fine. So the picture that I have in my head of you describing this like final scene is like a mix between the Arkham games, Assassin's Creed games, and like Dynasty Warriors, where there's just like a shit ton of people on screen all fighting this big battle.
Yeah,
it sounds really cool.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't like where Andy's mic is. I feel like I have to I want to sit up and have good posture, but I'm like, because it's so low.
Let's see. Trying to figure this out here.
After we get done with this spoiler, I think we're going to talk about Super Smash Brothers. I think I finally have my verdict on it. Is it Saruman? Sauron.
Yeah, it looks like it was Sauron.
Sauron? Oh, cool.
Yeah. So yeah, that was pretty cool, and then eventually you defeat him, and it's like a bunch of quick time events. So that was kind of like, but
oh yeah,
you still defeat him, and the end of the game is pretty fucking cool.
I think quick time events can be good if they're used correctly.
Yeah.
If they're used to transition to different sections of the fight, but if they like end the fight, I think it's kind of lame.
Yeah, and this fight was the whole fight was quick time event.
I also think because of how easy quick time events are, I think the difficulty should be increased by them. I think you should have a very it should flash on the screen and then go away, and you have to remember it or something. I don't design games, but
right,
making quick time events more difficult, I think, would add to the appeal.
Right. This part of the game, the final fight was, there was a quick time event, but the hard part, I guess the final boss of the game was technically killing the Talons of the Black Hand, because that was the hard part. But they did make the quick time event a little bit harder, because when you get knocked down in combat and to not be killed and get back up, you have to push the left stick into a circle and then hit a button. So there'll be a circle, and then the left stick will be off the screen a little bit, and you have to pull it within the circle, and then as soon as you do, it'll show an X or something, or Y or B or an A.
Oh, that's cool.
And you have to hit that, and if you can hit that before the circle fills up with red, you can parry an attack and get up. You'll get some health back.
That's really awesome. That's a cool quick time event.
Yeah, for the final battle though, they made that circle pretty fucking tiny, so you got to be a little more accurate.
See, whenever you say quick time event, the quick time event that I could always think of was fighting bad guys in Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Oh,
where
yes.
It's just playing Simon Says, and they do the same cutscene over and over and over.
Yeah.
That's what I think of when I think of quick time event. That's just the one that screeches to my brain.
Yeah, there's not many quick time events. There's 2 in Shadow Mordor where it's quick press Y, then press X, then press Y, stuff like that. It's mostly either, the thumbstick and pressing combo, or the, sometimes you have to mash a button, but even that's pretty rare. But yeah, it was fucking sweet. That game was awesome.
Spoilers over?
Yes, spoilers
All right,
over.
everybody, you can open your eyes.
You can open your eyes. I love how badass Talion is, though. That's so fucking cool. Like, someone's like, break me the Grave Walker's head, and he's like, how about you claim it yourself? And he like walks out from behind the shadows.
Bitch.
Yeah. And
I ain't your delivery boy.
then there's also a part where they've got someone captive, and they're just like, where's the Grave Walker? And he's like, you want the Grave Walker? You got him.
You can't handle the Grave Walker.
Oh, it's so great. And then there's a part in the middle of the game where you meet a dwarf named Torvin, and you go hunt animals. There's a bunch of missions where you hunt animals. Important missions, by the way, so I won't spoil it. But
Oh, okay.
the banter between them is so awesome. I wish they'd just do an animated series where Talion and Torvin just hunt animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so great.
This sounds like a really well-rounded game.
It is. I wish Andy would fucking get it.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what are you thinking?
19.
19? That good?
God, on a scale of 1 to 10, that's really fucking hard.
Yeah,
especially because it's so fresh in my mind too. I'm still so giddy about it.
No, you're fine. Give me your honest opinion. I'll ask you again in 6 months.
If you remember, then kudos to you, man.
Put an alarm on my phone.
I mean, I would have to say 9. I really wasn't disappointed with any part of the game, really, except occasionally when you do a lot of scaling of walls.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it'd be like climb the wall, fucking climb, and then finally he'd start climbing the wall. I'm like, thank God. Or then sometimes like you're trying to get down off a wall fast, but you can't really tell sometimes, like especially on rocky edges, exactly where you climb. He just kind of does it automatically. So you're trying to drop down really fast, but he's like climbing down. You don't really jump sometimes. And then he's constantly grabbing onto more and more blocks. And sometimes he'll seriously be like, I swear to God, like 6 inches off the ground, but his feet and hands are like clenched to the side of the cliff. I'm like, get off the cliff, Talion.
No, I don't wanna. I'm safe up here. I'm a dead man.
And I noticed occasionally the stealth in the game is pretty good, especially when you're like hanging on a ledge and you attract someone towards you, and then they're like looking over the edge, like, what's that? And then you peek up and you're like, ah, and you stab them in the throat. I noticed that sometimes with the shielded orcs that I don't know what it is. It might be like their shield or something. Sometimes they don't get close enough for you to get the prompt to kill them, and then they'll see you. And it's kind of annoying, but it only happened like twice.
Interesting.
Most of the times they're supposed to get close enough where then they turn red, and you're like, all right, now you're dead. Ah.
Write an angry letter.
I will.
Yeah.
I loved your game, but
But these 2 individual instances, they annoyed me.
So yeah, I want to get the DLC, which is Lord of the Hunt, which is more Talion and Torvin stuff.
Oh, yay.
Yeah. So
Sound like that was your favorite part?
I really did like that. So I'll probably get that. I might get it in a couple weeks because, like I said, I still got some Chieves to get. So I'll spend time doing that. I got to destroy so many walls and explode so many fires and stuff like that.
Explode fires.
Yeah. One of your wraith powers is if, like, there's a bunch of orcs standing around a campfire.
Oh, okay.
You can shoot an arrow into that and it goes...
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just like, are you a chemist?
But yeah, Shadow and Mortar. Get
Break
it.
this fire down at a molecular level.
Now I get it. I'm actually, like, I haven't been like this in a while. Like, I know I'm going to go back and get some achievements, but it's like, I'm like, fuck, I'm done.
Yeah.
It's like, it's over.
I kind of felt that way with Hyrule Warriors, but probably not to the degree you're feeling. Just because that game is more about the replay value of each level.
Yeah.
You have to go back and make it harder and wield a different weapon and collect a golden bug or...
Yeah. It's like finishing a Final Fantasy game because, like, you get into the characters for so long and then when it's done, you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
I want a second one.
Give it now, game developers. Don't take the 4 years you need to make a game.
Yeah. So I don't know what I'm going to play next. I really do need to finish Far Cry, though. Andy's platinum that game, so...
Already?
Oh, yeah.
Far Cry 4?
Yeah. I helped him get his last trophy.
Oh, that's right. The
Yeah.
Jeep thing.
Yeah.
The car surfing.
Yeah, I had to drive him alongside a Jeep so he could jump in there.
Did he return the favor?
No, he did not
Oh,
return
of
the favor.
course he didn't.
But I also didn't ask.
He had a stomach bug.
I also started playing GTA Online on the PS4. Actually, Andy and I played that for a little bit. That was fun.
Did I tell you I'm getting a PS3?
No.
I'm getting a PS3.
Nice.
Yeah, for $50. PS3, couple controllers.
Cool.
50. I'm excited.
Yeah. I mean, the PS4 is out now. But
It is. But if I could get a PS4 for $50, I would do that. But
right.
I can't, so I won't.
You going to get any games with it? I mean, does it come with games?
I don't think it's from a friend who has rich family. They have two PS3s, a PS4, an Xbox 360, and an Xbox One, and they're like, we don't need two of these. Here, Tam, $100? No. $50. And I was like, sold. You had me at 100, but I will take the 50.
Wait, no, go back to the 100.
But yeah,
Tam's
I don't
really bad at negotiating.
I don't think I get any games, but okay. $50 for PS3.
I mean, you
it's
can
fine.
always borrow stuff from Andy or I to play.
Or I'm sure because the PS4 is out, PS3 games will be relatively cheap.
Yeah, they are pretty relatively cheap. You can get Minecraft. It's like $20.
I can get Minecraft. I've never had the appeal of Minecraft, but maybe I need to play with somebody. That might be.
It
that
is
might
pretty
be my
fun
problem.
with friends. I like playing with or without friends, but when you play with friends, there's a new dynamic that gets pretty interesting. Plus, then we could try and get Andy to get it, and then we could play.
Yeah. Can you stream on the PS3?
No, you would need an external streaming
Okay.
device, which I actually might get sometime in the next couple months.
Yeah?
So, yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool, because I want to stream different shit that's not on the PS4 or the Xbox One. Especially because those are my, like, shortest libraries, or lightest, I don't know how to put it.
That makes sense.
Because they're new, I don't have as many games for them. I mean, look up there, like how many 360 games I have.
Yeah, you got I don't know, 6, 7 up there?
Yeah, just about 6 or 7. If I could count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36,
43.
38. Thank you. 43. I have 43 Xbox 360 games up there. Not 43 individual Xbox 360 games, because if you look, there's 3 Halo 3 cases up there.
No, there's... Oh, you have Halo 3 ODST. Okay.
Yeah,
I saw
Halo
it
3
from my
ODST.
angle of the shelf. I could only see Halo 3 and then the O, and I was like, Halo 30? Halo 5's just in beta. Did you play any of that?
I did play a little bit of that.
How was it? How was Call of Halo?
It was fucking weird.
Was it?
Like, I had some fun, but holy shit, did that not feel anything like Halo.
I kept seeing the commercials of please play our beta on TV, and I was like, fuck, that game looks so epic and cool. But once again,
Yeah, it's not that I didn't have fun, but there's definitely not the Halo, like, when Halo games come out, because Halo was big when I was in high school, so it's very nostalgic to me, like, especially Halo 2, Halo 3, like, when Halo Reach came out, even though it wasn't as good as Halo 2 or Halo 3, it still felt like, oh, guys, we're playing Halo again, like, Halo 5, man, it's not. It's got, like, it's like if a Halo a texture pack came out for a Call of Duty.
really, it's
Yeah.
that similar to it?
Yeah, there's very few differences.
What about like the jumping mechanics and stuff like that? I'm assuming shooting from the hip's not as good anymore.
Shooting from the hip is not quite as good anymore. The jumping mechanics are still more Halo-y. You can jump pretty high.
Okay. They don't have like laying on the ground or like they still
No,
have ducking.
you can't go prone or anything like that. I mean, you can crouch, but you can't go prone. But you do kind of have like thrusting abilities back and forth, like you would in like Advanced Warfare.
I heard on an interview with a guy who helped design the Master Chief Collection levels, like all the multiplayer levels. He was like, if Halo revolutionized the shooter because of the shooting mechanics, we want to revolutionize it because of the movement mechanics. That's the goal for Halo 5 is they want this to be a very mobile game, and I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
Because I kind of feel like the premise of I'm Master Chief, I'm a big dude in a armor that's way better than yours. I'm just gonna take your shit as I dish it back even harder.
Yeah.
That just seems, I don't know.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel like Halo, but it does work, which I can't say the same for the rest of the Master Chief Collection.
They still haven't fixed that?
It's still really spotty. It works better for me than it does for, like, Stefan, I've noticed. It seems like he gets cut out a little bit more, but I still do. I mean, I still go in there, I'll play 3-4 games, and it'll be fine, and then all of a sudden things will just go to shit, and my next 5 games I'm having issues with.
I know we talked about this, but I don't see how game developers cannot.
How they can
test
fuck
for
up that bad.
Yeah, they just
Like there's issues that you can have.
Yeah.
I know Shadow Mordor, apparently this happens occasionally where you'll cut an orc's head off, but he'll still be alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he'll be like talking to you and shit. That's weird, but it's rare.
Yeah.
The Master Chief Collection is nearly fucking unplayable at times because you just can't get into a match, or you'll get kicked out, or randomly someone else is the party leader, or you're thrown into parties with other people. They even have first place.
Yeah.
How do you miss the spelling of first?
Yeah.
It's downright one of the most disappointing things that I've ever experienced. It is right up there. I know I'm going out on a limb, but it's right up there with Final Fantasy X too.
Yeah.
In disappointment factor.
I played Final Fantasy X almost to completion. I got to one boss and I didn't grind enough, and I hate grinding in games.
Yeah.
Like, the only game I can do that with is Pokemon, just because of nostalgia. And I just was like, fuck it, I'm done. And then my ex-girlfriend was like, here, play this one. This one is the sequel. And I was like,
Fuck.
okay, let's watch a 15-minute cutscene of Yuna changing clothes, like, and singing a song. And I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, what is this? I got through, like, the first level, and I was like, I can't do this. I can't.
Yeah. It's like the first game was, here's this really cool sphere grid and all these components, and you fight monsters, and it's a good story. And it's like, here, run around, collect artifacts, and change clothes. Faggot.
You like watching them change, don't you?
Yeah. So
Quit beating your meat and play the game.
So it was incredibly disappointing to me, and I almost said Shadow of Mordor.
Oh my
Excuse me. The Master Chief Collection is kind of like that for me because it's like, fuck, man. It's all the Halos, Halo 1 through 4, in one disc. And we're supposed to get on there with our friends and play for hours, hopping between Halo games.
Yeah.
That was the goal.
Yeah.
It was supposed to bring you back. It was supposed to bring me back to high school when,
Yeah.
like, we'd be like, hey, guys, we don't have school on Monday. Let's all get together on Sunday night and play 6 hours of Halo. Because we don't do that anymore because we're older and we have jobs and shit like that.
That rant was brought to you by Matt. Yeah, I totally feel you.
So yeah, so it was supposed to be like that. At least for like a couple moments, it was supposed to bring you back to, hey guys, we're playing Halo 2 on a Saturday night. This is fucking awesome.
So would you have rather them been like, okay, in order to get the game working perfectly, you don't get to have Halo 2 or pick one or two of the Halo games, and you can't play those maps online yet. So it's a Halo 2 Anniversary Edition, Master Chief, whatever. So you'd get Halo 2, but 3 and 4 wouldn't happen. They'd come out as like big, huge patches later. Would that be okay if all of the matchmaking was successful?
Oh.
So you'd lose a lot of those maps, a lot of that.
So basically, what
Chance.
you're saying is we would be able to play Halo 1 and 2,
Yeah,
but
you'd get
3 and 4 would
1
not
and
be
2,
available.
but 3 and 4 wouldn't be available till like we'll say 3 would be available right now. It's like the new year. That game came out in
Okay.
November.
That's a really good question. I would say if I was still in the mood I was before it came out, I would still totally get it because Halo 1 and Halo 2 online. Halo 1 we never got to play online.
Yeah.
Halo 2, the servers have been down forever.
Yeah.
So playing those two online, those were the two I wanted to play the most. Halo 4 and Halo 3 I still have, so technically I could go back and play those. So I would still get it. and I would be like, oh yeah, I can't wait for the patch. That'll be interesting. Halo 3 and say Halo 4 comes out in like April or some shit like that. I would still be like, yeah, I'd play that. Now, if it came out and it was Halo 3 and Halo 4 and not Halo 1 and Halo 2, I would have waited to get it till those games came out. Because like I said, those ones I can already play.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So
I kind of feel like with the new gen systems, especially with how, I'm going to use the quote, out the gate, we still are with them. There's still, like, this is the first 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think people are trying to put a little bit too much on their plates. They're trying to make these amazing looking games and the amazing playable games. And I think they're putting too much on themselves to finish. Games are getting more and more and more and more complicated to make just because of the more hardware, and they're promising more than they can deliver, and they're shortchanging themselves because of it. They're losing fans.
Yeah, exactly. And I've talked about this with Andy a lot, and Andy doesn't seem to be as angry about it as me, but like, so many games are never ready for launch. Like, so many games. Even games that end up not being, super glitchy or anything, you'll get it in the first week, multiplayer servers won't work. And it's like, it happens with so many games. Nobody is ever ready. And I know Andy always says, well, you don't really know how many people are going to be on, but I'm always like, you could study other games. Like, how many times does it happen? You could even be like, look, our last game wasn't ready for launch. Why was that? And then fix it in the second game,
You know who is always ready?
Who?
Nintendo.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah. Woohoo.
If you can't go online and play, it has to be ready.
Yeah. Online complicates shit. Online complicates a lot of stuff.
It does. And, like, I was pretty sore about it with Grand Theft Auto 5 when that came out. Because they already said, they're like, look, here's the situation. You're going to have Grand Theft Auto 5 for 2 weeks. And then after the 2 weeks is up, GTA Online comes out. So you get time to finish the game and everything, and then GTA Online will be out. Well, GTA Online didn't work for like 4 weeks after the 2 weeks already. So it was 6 weeks after the game came out that you could get on GTA Online and be like, oh, it's going to fucking work.
Did they compensate you anything for it?
They did. They gave us a lot of cash in-game.
Okay. Well, I mean, at least they did that. I'm sure there's nothing that the Master Chief Collection can do that unless they like give away free DLC like Assassin's Creed did.
They did some things. What'd they do? I can pull it up.
We've been at this intro forever. I love it, and I love the talk, but if we have a bunch of stuff we should probably get to, unless we want like a 4-hour podcast, which I'm also okay with.
Take a look here.
What'd we get? What was the cool shit you got?
What was the cool shit I got?
I talked about the auto blow to my friends. I tried to get them all to pitch in $15 for us all to get it.
Okay, all right. Here is what they gave out for the Master Chief Collection not working, even though it still doesn't really work. 1 month of Xbox Live Gold, exclusive in-game nameplate, an exclusive in-game avatar. I forgot about this. They're adding the Halo 3 ODST campaign.
Oh, that's cool.
Which I wish they would have added the Halo Reach campaign. Oh, I mentioned that on Facebook. Like, I was so salty. I was pissed off at free stuff. I was like, no, too salty. Fuck you. And then the Halo 2 anniversary map Relic will be made as a free download.
I mean,
and which I also was like, Relic. Really? That was like a high middle of the road map. If you got it, you weren't like, oh fuck, I hate Relic, but you weren't like, I can't wait to play Relic.
I'm gonna make you disappointed at me.
So that's how salty I am.
I've never owned Xbox Live. I've had an Xbox. I had the original Xbox and I have an Xbox 360. I've never had Xbox Live, so I don't know what the maps are called except for like Blood Gulch and like the classic ones. I only ever played
Sidewinder, Lockout.
Yeah, like really, really local games. Yeah. Unless I went over to a friend's house and then got shit on. Shooters are not my jam.
See, that's another fucking thing I miss is like fucking LAN parties.
Yeah.
But even like in high school, even when we weren't LANing, like we would all go to one place and play online together. We would just be all in one place. We actually thought it gave us an advantage because at the time, and like there was no party chat.
Yeah.
So if you were like close to the enemy, you could hear them talking. But I was like, we don't have to talk. Unplug your fucking mics. We're in the same room.
Yeah. Totally makes sense.
So we're like, advantage. That was fun. I was kind of hoping we would do something like that, but we never did.
Me and you?
No.
I wasn't sure what we was, and I was like, you don't want me on your team. It's gonna be 3 versus 5. I'm gonna grenade everybody, and it's not gonna be pretty.
Not that I wouldn't want to play with you, Sam.
No, I appreciate it.
I'm just saying, like our friends, like back in the day, like. But now I don't have my stuff's not as ready to go anymore. Like we used to bring our TVs and Xboxes. Now I've got kind of my entertainment center all set up pretty well.
I get you.
Yeah.
I get you.
So what I need to do is buy a backup Xbox One and a backup TV. Oh man, I remember.
If you guys want to kickstart Matt's second Xbox One and TV, go to kickstart.3hitcombo/uselessshit.com.
Thanks. All right, how long is this opening? Fuck.
40 minutes.
Yeah, just about. Getting
Yeah.
close. You're a couple minutes shy, but anyway, let's go into gaming news. Let the games begin.
Peasant consoles or glorious PC master race? Choose your side.
You know what she did for fun when she was your age? She pushed a hoop with a stick.
This is gaming news.
With a stick.
Man hate buys Rosalina and Luma amiibo in bulk so fans can't have them.
Ugh.
He's pre-ordered more than 100 Rosalina and Luma amiibos, all because he really, really dislikes the character. He said, I do not appreciate Rosalina appearing in almost every recent Mario game to date. The fact Nintendo promotes her so much and people praise her is disgusting, he said. He said, I hate her fans too. I know for a fact her amiibo will be among the most popular, which is why I took time to wait and pre-order over 100 of her. I do not want her fans to be happy. It just crushes me Nintendo from the good days went to the shit character designs.
It's just Space Peach.
Well, it seems excessive. It's just a fraction of the amount of money Daily Dose claims to have committed to Amiibo. He says that he's already spent more than $4,000, and then he has an additional $35,000 to invest in figurines.
Oh my god.
Of those funds, he states he intends to spend heavily on Lucina, Robin, and Zero Suit Samus. Okay, sorry. All out of similar hatred for Rosalina.
God, I don't get that.
That is so fucking weird. That he is that angry at one character for existing, that he hates it, he hates his fans, he hates Nintendo, and he'll spend $35,000 if he has to.
I wonder if he's gonna scalp him.
You know, that's originally what I would think, but he seems so angry that he doesn't even want him out.
What?
Nintendo really needs to, after this, be like, okay, limit 2 amiibos per person or something like that.
Yeah, but like, what happens
or per purchase?
What happens whenever I'm a parent and I want an amiibo, and I have a son and a daughter who both want the same amiibo?
Okay,
Is somebody out?
do 5 per person.
I guess. Yeah, that's fine.
I mean,
that's
he
realistic.
pre-ordered 100.
I totally understand. But at the same time, why should, business-wise, why should Nintendo care?
Nintendo, business-wise, they shouldn't, because they're still selling their amiibos.
Yeah.
But
Customer service.
there's going to be there's going to be a lot of angry customers because one asshole wanted to, or the least you could do is just release more. Although business-wise, you'd have to create more. So
Yeah. I don't know. I think this guy's a dick. What's his name?
he is. He goes by Daily Dose and Mario to Plumber.
Mario to Plumber?
Yeah, TEH.
Oh. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I know.
God, this is actually, I think it's the chair. I'm getting Andy Rage.
You're getting Andy. You're aging the chair.
I can feel myself changing. I don't get it. I have an amiibo and I enjoy it. I think it's cool. It's a Link statue.
Mm-hmm.
And I got it because I like Link, not because I think the amiibos are revolutionary. I'm planning on picking up all the other Zelda characters too.
Nice.
for hate of a character, for a fictional character, you dropped $4,000. I just
Yeah.
ugh.
It's stupid. Friday the 13th series returns to video games after 26 years. According to EGM, the tentatively titled Friday the 13th is already in development by an experienced studio, and the project will be officially unveiled in the coming weeks. It's reported to be a predatory prey, asymmetric multiplayer game in adjacent against a group of teens scenario.
I've heard more and more about asymmetrical gameplay recently. I did a little bit of research on YouTube about it. I heard an interesting point about chess that I absolutely love, and I like applying to martial arts. But I keep hearing about asymmetrical gameplay, and I wonder if that's going to be the future, or at least for the foreseeable future.
It's definitely interesting where you have like a one versus many scenario like
Yeah.
that. Going back to Halo, the Juggernaut games were really fun like that because there's one Juggernaut and he's got all the boosts and you all have to help take him down. You know, that stuff's pretty fun.
I guess like another question is like with asymmetrical game is game balance. Like that must be really, really tough in order to make it as fair as possible. It'll never be fair, but as fair as possible.
Right, yeah, because, you know, the person on the short side, you know, the one or two versus many, they're going to be clearly stronger.
Like Alien versus Predator versus Human in that AVP game.
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't have an entirely full party of one Predator, 2 aliens, 3 Marines, like the game was just dumb. The game was awful.
Yeah. And that could be a hindrance, I think, to asymmetric gameplay because sometimes when you go online, it's hard to get a full party.
Yeah.
Or it's at least hard to get a party of people you know. So, like, say we're playing a game and we need 4 people. I'm like, sweet, I got Tam, I got Andy. Fuck. Who am I going to get?
Yeah.
And then that's when, you know, you're texting your friends. Hey, you want to play Alien vs. Predator? Nah, I'm busy. Hey, you want to play Alien vs. Predator? Nah, I'm busy. I'm like, all right, fuck it. We can't get a 4th person. Let's go on and play. And then we get our shit rocked, and we're like, ah.
Yeah.
So, maybe I can do what I did back in the old days of Xbox Live and plug in my microphone and make some fucking friends. I know, right? I haven't made a friend on Xbox Live in like 6 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Matt, the lone wolf.
I don't plug in my mic and talk to anyone anymore.
What's your Xbox Live name?
My Xbox Live right now is Adutadam, best in the world.
If you want to be Matt's friend, add him
It's
at...
EDUTITTAMBITW.
There you go. Replay that a couple times because that was real fast.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think games like that are really, really cool. I heard about a game that was essentially the same thing. It was like 5 dudes versus one guy, and the guy was like creating monsters, like that. Like he was like, it was almost like a live action Dungeons and Dragons. I think it might have been the new Fable game that's coming out.
Oh, yeah?
Might be that. Like that's the multiplayer. You have one guy who's making the dungeon, sending waves of enemies.
I want to play D&D so bad.
Versus, I hear you.
Yeah.
Versus like 4 characters. Yeah, sounds cool.
I know Andy would want to play Pathfinder, and I know Camilla probably would too. I wonder if we can get something going. Maybe get another person, and then I might be able to DM it. Never DM'd before, but I at least have ideas. I can think on the fly.
What you could do is you could just go up to like a comic book shop or a game shop and just go get a cute little one just to figure out.
Yeah.
It'd teach Andy and Camilla the mechanic and me because I didn't get to do anything in that game. I teach the mechanics and we'd have little pre-rendered characters, and then afterwards, once we've developed the world, somebody can DM. It'll just be like, a little 3-4 session can maybe take a month and a half, 2 months. I actually really, really enjoy pre-rendered games, especially whenever everybody's a low level. Nobody's like god tier.
Yeah.
Like little games where there's like an actual potential of dying are fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It is very fun.
We'll talk after.
Right.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, that's when it comes to a game like Pathfinder, that's the best part about it is like you don't want to die. Like
Yeah.
don't die
Don't die.
because you're going to lose your character. And we did play with someone for a while who was like they would do really stupid things. They'd be like, "Well, I'll just create a new character." I'm like, "No, that's not
That's not the point of the
that's
game.
not the spirit of the game, you know. We're all playing here like we don't want to die, and we're going to do things not to die. If you're going to do stupid stuff, mostly he had a little too much pride, so he would do really dumb things. Like he went and got himself killed. He got himself killed because someone insulted him, and he's like, I challenge you to a duel, and the guy was like way stronger than him, and we're like, no, dude, you don't want to challenge him to this duel. He's like, no, he insulted me. I got to duel him. I'm like, no, you don't. You're gonna die. He's like, well, just make a new character. I'm like, well, fuck, man.
Did he, the player, had too much pride?
Him, the player, had too much pride because he wouldn't let his character be insulted. So even if his character went out there and got slaughtered, which he did, he's like, "I'll just make a new character, but I can't be insulted." I'm like, dude.
Two things. One, terrible player. Two, terrible player. I had another point, but after I said terrible player and laughed at myself, it was gone.
it just sucks because you're all trying to play like, you know, don't die. Like there were times where I did desperate things not to die,
Yeah.
but he's just like willingly walks into death. That's what you got to play it like. What would your character do? Would your character literally walk to his slaughter? Well, your character sucks then.
Yeah. Good, fuck him.
Yeah, it's like
You're the red shirt.
if that was me, yeah, it would suck that this strong ass guy fucking insulted me. I'm like, man, fuck that guy. But it's not like I'm gonna challenge you to a duel. It's like, dude, his arms are knives. Like,
Really?
nah, I don't.
Oh, okay. I was like, how's he holding a gun?
But it's like, I don't get it. You have to play it like it's your real life. Would you do that in real life?
One, I agree with you. And two, that sounds like a crazy person talk.
It does sound like a crazy person.
You have to play it like it's your real life. You put on the helmet, you grab the sword, you slay the dragon.
But you just have to think, what the fuck makes sense?
Yeah, I get you.
Like
I totally get you.
in real life, if there was a guy in here right now with a tank, and he was like, "Hey Tam, use a bitch," would you be like, "I'm gonna challenge you to a duel"?
I don't have a bitch to use. Could you let me borrow one? No, I probably wouldn't.
Yeah, the answer is no, because he'll just shoot you with his tank,
Yeah,
and you will die.
and I'll die.
You can see the outcome coming. So why would your character ever do that? You wouldn't say, "Oh, I'll just respawn." No, you fucking won't.
This rant was brought to you by Matt.
I got lots of rants today.
Maybe you're sitting in the Andy chair.
And maybe I am. Oh, what do we got? Oh, final Steam controller to be revealed soon.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm still not. The design's weird. Have you seen the Steam controller?
Nope. Looking.
The thumbsticks are trackpads, like as if it was a laptop, like a laptop trackpad.
That looks like the future.
It looks weird.
That looks like some Star Trek shit.
It does look like Star Trek shit.
Wow. If it works, that's really cool.
It's supposed to be. It's interesting because it's supposed to work with a bunch of different Steam games. So, games I don't typically use controllers. So it's like interesting.
It looks cool. I know other people play Steam games with controllers.
I play Steam games, with controllers when usually when it's available. Some games say like controller support or partial controller support or stuff like that. I know like Left 4 Dead, so you can use a controller, but like if you want to chat, you have to hit a button on the keyboard to chat because the mic's not always on. You have to like click it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But it's interesting. I don't know if I would get one because I got controllers. So. And finally, in gaming news, the Internet Archive, which we actually host our podcast on, brings Oregon Trail, Prince of Persia, Lemmings, and 2,200 other MS-DOS games to your browser.
2,200.
So you can now play hundreds upon hundreds of classic console games on the Internet Archive.
That's really cool.
Games like the first Oregon Trail, Wolfenstein 3D, Prince of Persia, Lemmings.
And this is free?
It's completely free.
Whoa.
You can play Commander Keen, the
It's
first
legal?
SimCity. Yeah. Donkey Kong.
Damn.
These are all games that are on like MS-DOS, like late 80s, early 90s that you play on your computer.
That's crazy.
You can now play them on your browser.
That's real cool.
Yeah. I actually played Oregon Trail a little bit.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Was it fun?
Yeah.
Did I live? I'm assuming you made me.
I did not.
So I lived.
No, I made a couple of my other friends I was talking to at the time. And
That makes
then,
sense. Wait, you're talking to someone else?
I was talking
That's okay.
to other people.
It's fine.
I've been seeing other people too.
You've been seeing other people.
Okay, so we're gonna move into technology news because holy crap, this podcast is getting long.
Nah, it's good. I love it.
Good news, everyone. We're online.
Plug in, power up, and listen in. Whoa. This is technology news.
That was Andy's drop again.
Yeah,
It's like he's actually here.
it's like he's here. Apparently, Apple Pay might be international by March.
You'll have to explain to me what Apple Pay is.
Apple Pay is Apple's services where you can pay.
Okay, I have all the information I need.
It's similar to like a PayPal.
Oh.
Yeah.
PayPal's obviously better, right?
Oh, of course.
Of course.
Yeah. So my company, man.
Sponsored by PayPal. We're not sponsored by PayPal. PayPal, if you'd like to
I
sponsor
wish we were
us,
sponsored by
go
PayPal.
to
That'd be fucking
3acombo.com/Kickstarter/dumb shit we own.
sponsor / my dick.
Please, pretty please.
.com.
.com.
I was talking to one of my friends this week, and I was like, I wish I was big enough to sell out because I'd do it in an instant.
Yeah, totally.
I was like, if Pantene Pro V came up to me and was like, hey, can I put a spot on your podcast? I'd be like, can you?
Fuck yeah. Hell, we'll introduce you every segment, whatever.
Yeah.
Give us the $4.
And this next article is sponsored by Pantene Pro V. Idiot thieves stole PIN numbers with an iPod Nano covered in duct tape. It's the newest phishing scam. Or skimmers. Actually, this is skimming.
Skimming?
Yeah, skimming is when they actually physically take your PIN number from an ATM.
Huh.
So they'll put something in there like a device, and then when you put in your card, put in your PIN, a device in there takes the
Reads your
card number and the PIN.
That's really smart, but shitty.
Yep. So, watch out for those.
Yeah.
If you see an iPod Nano covered in duct tape, don't use that ATM.
Just imagine it's like it's just taped to the side
It's
of the
just
thing.
sitting there on like a table next to it. It's like,
Motherfucker. Just go buy 100 iPod Nanos and just cover them in duct tape. Just throw them everywhere. Just have them all be dead.
Yeah, go buy a bunch of iPod Nanos.
Yeah.
You got money I can borrow?
I know one guy who bought a bunch of Rosalina figures. He does.
I should ask that guy.
Mario the Plumber. Fuck that guy. Continue. I'm sorry.
All right. This next article is brought to you by Pantene Pro V. I almost said Prantine.
You're losing our sponsor.
No, fuck. Intel's $150 HDMI stick turns any TV into a Windows desktop. This is basically an HDMI stick. It's about yay big. I don't know how to put that for the fans at home, but it's imagine a Chromecast, if you could.
It's about the size of an iPhone. Is what you look like.
A little bit smaller.
A little small. Okay, that's not.
A little bit smaller.
It's about the size of an iPod Nano. This story was also brought to you by iPod Nano.
Yeah. Basically, it's just a small computer.
That's cool.
It's a small computer. You plug it into your HDMI port, and you've got a fucking computer. It comes with 2 gigs of RAM, 1.33 gigahertz Intel Atom processor, 32 gigs of solid-state storage. It's got Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, full-size USB port, a full-size, so you can still plug USB sticks into it. and a micro SD card slot for expandability. So if you want, you can get a micro SD to expand the storage. Since it's got Bluetooth, you can use a Bluetooth keyboard and mouse. Be interesting. It's $150, so it's not that much, but for a fucking computer you can put in your pocket.
Yeah.
And then you're just like at your friend's house and you're like, plug this in. It'd be awesome.
That's pretty solid. Seems like some spy shit. Doesn't it? Seems like
It does.
Like, oh no, I'm on the lam. I'm gonna go to a Best Buy and work on my computer. Bloop, click, click. I don't think that's great sound effects, but you get the idea. The mental picture was painted.
Right. All right. Next article brought to you by Pantene Pro V.
The Proviest.
Yes.
What is Pantene Pro V?
It's shampoo.
Oh. I used it this morning.
Did you?
With my shower. And not Axe body spray. I didn't. Shit. I said body spray, not shampoo. Fuck.
The weekend Wikipedia went brainfuck crazy. So, Quartz has put together a neat interactive chart that shows the most popular Wikipedia entries each day in 2014. And most of them make sense. They're corresponding with current events, like the World Cup in June or Joan Rivers when she died. But there are some outliers, like on August 29th and 30th, which was a Friday and Saturday. Most viewed entry on Wikipedia was brainfuck.
Brain fuck.
So what the hell is brainfuck? Brainfuck is an esoteric programming language noted for its extreme minimalism. The language consists of only 8 simple commands and an instruction pointer. It is designed to challenge and amuse programmers and was not made suitable for practical use, and it was created in 1993 by Urban Mueller.
Mueller. That was such a shitty joke.
Mueller.
The lowest of the low. Wow, that's really interesting. I wonder if
brainfuck.
if Anonymous or somebody had something to do with it, some like B or whatever. If somebody was like, "Hey, check this shit out," and everybody was like, "Why not? I got 20 seconds."
Ooh, I found the interactive thing on fucking words.
Words.
Fuck, I lost my words. The interactive map on articles that were popular each day of 2014.
Yay! We did it.
On
I don't know what it means.
On my birthday, on June 25th, 2014 FIFA World Cup was the most popular article.
What about the day before?
The day before, 2014 FIFA World Cup.
Yeah?
Yeah. The World Cup, there's like 2 solid weeks.
So June 24th was the FIFA World Cup?
Yeah.
Huh.
Your birthday?
My birthday.
Yeah.
We're best friends.
I forgot it. Oh, wow, that was so white. Oh, he reached out with like an outstretched hand, and I was like going to pound it. We'd created this weird
turkey.
turkey.
Gobble, gobble.
I want to see Brainfuck this time. It was in August. Yeah, Brainfuck. Ooh,
Do you
Ice
know
Bucket
Andy's birthday?
Challenge. Andy's birthday is... It's August... It's early August. August 8th.
August. Hold on. Using my brain and not my phone.
August.
August.
It's in August.
August.
Search.
It's more about Andy, birthdays in
Andy
quotes.
Myers.
It's August 3rd. It's August 3rd.
August 3rd.
He was born
We
in
knew that.
1988. He's married to Camilla Ksanic with the Myers. About Andy. Life is digital. There really is nothing anyone can do about it. They started the machine, and now the gears won't stop. How deep?
Fun fact.
Fun fact about Andy.
So on Andy's birthday, actually, alliteration was the most popular article, which is funny because it was in August. August. Alliteration.
Alliteration. Andy. We're gonna have so many opening clips. We're just gonna throw them all in there.
All right, let's move on to news. We gotta go. We gotta start jogging through this.
Are the newspaper and the internet letting you down?
They have the internet on computers now.
We're here to give you the best of the best. This is news.
All right, first article sponsored by Axe Body Spray. Sex in a car is a common fantasy, but when a Florida couple turned it up a notch when they decided to get down at Mike's Auto Sales in a 2004 Kia Sedona. Ramon Mitchell and Aaron Bird apparently don't follow the standard rules of engagement. They could have chosen a Lamborghini, but nay. They allegedly chose a Kia Sedona at Mike's Auto Sales in West Palm Beach. So they went to the car lot and got in the Sedona and got busy.
The car was unlocked?
Apparently it was. When police arrived, Bird, who was 18, and Mitchell, who was 29, were sitting in the Kia, which the dealership owned, not them. Mitchell reportedly spat in an officer's face, and both were charged with lewd and lascivious behavior, trespassing, and burglary. Mitchell was also slapped with the charge of assaulting an officer.
Well, thoughts. First thing that came to my mind was the age difference, 18 to 29.
Yeah, that's a big age difference.
So kudos on both ends. My next thought is, did you not have your own car to do this with? Did you have to go use a dealership? Or was that
Maybe
most
it
of
was
the
a
fantasy?
Yeah.
Okay. You couldn't have borrowed mom's car? Just go drive it on the lot and just fuck. just pretend it's the Buick.
Hey, you need to get out of that car. Don't worry, it's ours.
It's ours. I'm not done yet. I'm putting in the exhaust pipe.
Oh, jeez. That reminds me, I watched a documentary about guys who have sex with cars.
I saw one on like My Strange Addictions or something like that.
Yeah.
Ugh. I don't get it. I don't get the world.
There was this guy. He would touch cars so weird. I was uncomfortable because it literally looked like he was molesting cars.
Okay.
I don't know. Like try and imagine that. How do you molest a car? How do you touch a car in a way that it makes someone feel like you're molesting it?
How does it say no?
But the guy would he would go up to the front and he would rub the front of the hood and then rub the bumper and then reach under the bumper and rub under the bumper. And I was like, dude, you have got to fucking stop.
Okay, what would you do if we were watching it together and you just looked down and I had the hugest boner? It was just at full attention, saluting.
Andy, come over. It's time.
It's time to play bumper cars.
But so he was talking about how fucking the tailpipe was having anal sex with the car.
Go on.
The thing is, this guy's from England, and he met a guy from Texas or something, and they got together for this documentary, and they talked about how much they love, fapping in their cars because they have sex with their cars. They love their cars. So the guy from England, they filmed him outside of a window, jacking off on the guy from Texas's car. He had an affair. He had an affair on his car with the other dude's car.
Stop.
I swear to God.
Stop.
And he told him at the end of the documentary. And the dude from Texas wasn't really that. He was like, did you jizz on my car?
Am I going to have to get a car wash? When was this? Yeah. Did it dry? Did you buff and wax? Or did you wax again?
It's just... If I can find the video, I'll show you of how uncomfortably this guy touches cars.
God, that sounds awful. That sounds real awful.
Yeah.
That's TV. That's the world we live in.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather watch the Kardashians than the Kardashians.
Shut the fuck up.
I got halfway through Kardashians when I thought of that joke, so there wasn't a real master plan there.
All right. This next article here brought to you by Carfuckers Anonymous.
.com.
.com. 4th grade students suspended after plotting to kill their teacher with hand sanitizer.
Alcohol poisoning? I want to know the plan.
Apparently, their teacher is allergic to antibacterial hand sanitizer. So when their teacher was out, they would sneak in, and they were going to cover the room in hand sanitizer.
The room?
They said they didn't like the teacher because she yells at us.
Probably because you got dirty hands.
They're saying this is a shock to the community because fucking kids want to kill their teacher. Didn't really come up with a great plan.
Yeah.
But they wanted to.
If you had to kill that teacher with hand sanitizer, how would you do it? Remember, this is being recorded.
I would shoot her with a gun, and then I would place hand sanitizer at the scene.
Shoot her with a potato gun just full of hand sanitizer. That's what I imagine. You just shoving Germex in a barrel.
No, I would not be that clever. But Tam, that will finally do it for this episode of 3 Hit Combo Podcast. Finally made it to the end of the road. Over an hour.
Over an hour.
Over an hour.
This is a good episode.
It was a good episode.
This is gonna be worth that download.
This is gonna be worth that fun fact.
Fun fact.
Fun fact. So, remember, you can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/3combo podcast, twitter.com/3combo PC. That is number 3. PC stands for podcast. Now pretty much ran by Tam. Tam's going to be tweeting.
Yeah! So tweet back at us, assholes.
Yeah.
We love you.
Remember, you can also email us, 3hitcombopodcast@gmail.com. You can search for us on YouTube, 3 Hit Combo Podcast. And remember, always wash, rinse, and repeat with Pantene Pro V. So for Tam, this is Matt, signing out.